Good morning, students. How are you today? It's great. I'm fine too. Thank you for asking me. Well, before we start learn today, it will be better if we are pray together. Pray start. Finish. Now class, we are going to take the register. Okay, are you ready study now? It's great. Anybody know what we are going to learn today? Today's topic is structure and function membrane cells. Now let me explain the topic and please listen carefully.
The concept of the book Tortora mentioned that world is like an ocean in which there are several types of proteins. If we look at the picture that I took from this Tortora book, we can see that the lipid part of the plasma membrane is like an ocean that is moving, and there are proteins on the surface of the plasma membrane. We can analogize these proteins as a boat sailing in the ocean, and then there are also proteins that enter the plasma membrane structure. We can analogize these proteins as islands in the ocean. The theory that analogizes the plasma membrane as an ocean of lipid containing protein boats and protein islands is called the fluid mosaic model.
The entire surface of the cell is covered by a very thin layer called the cell membrane. The cell membrane is also known as a plasma membrane or plasma membrane. In cells have a cell membrane. In animal cells, the cell membrane is the outermost component. The cell membrane has a very important function, namely regulating the entry and exit of substances into and out of the cell. This is because the cell membrane is selectively permeable, which is able to select substances that will enter the cell. The cell membrane has a basic framework composed of two layers of lipid compounds, or a lipid bilayer. The fat that makes up cell membranes is a type of phospholipid, which means it binds to phosphate molecule. One phospholipid consists of a head and a tail. The head is composed of hydrophilic or water-loving phosphate, while the tail is hydrophobic or rejects water, which is composed of lipids. One phospholipid pairs with another phospholipid in opposite position to form a layer or phospholipid bilayer. This is a cross-section of the cell membrane. Apart from lipids, cell membranes are also composed of proteins. There are two types of membrane proteins: integral proteins that penetrate the two lipid layers and serve to unite the two layers of fat are peripheral proteins that are attached to the surface of the lipid layers. Some proteins and lipids are bound to polysaccharides or carbohydrates to form glycoproteins and glycolipids. This is the structure of the cell membrane based on the fluid mosaic model. Next, we will carry out group work activities.